All right. If you don't know us, my name's Timothy Haug, and this is my beautiful wife.
Do you want me to say my name? That's how it works. Priscilla. I'm Priscilla. You're not gonna show in when you start the video.
No.
Yeah, you do.
'Cause-
Priscilla, Timothy, the Haugs. So they know. Come on. Anyways, hi.
Hey. We just wanted to start sitting down and having conversations about a lot of things. And I think it's been kind of crazy. We posted a video of Priscilla's birth. Obviously, it wasn't everything in the birth, but it was kind of her birthing story. And a lot of people viewed it and had questions and messaged us. And so I thought we'd just lay it all out on the line, have a little conversation about how it actually went, the good and the bad, what you should be aware of when you're going to give birth.
Yep.
And anything else?
That's it. Let's start it. Like my water broke.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's start this from like even before that. Let's just talk about going into pregnancy.
No, today's gonna be just about the birth. It's better about the birth, and then because I don't think we can put everything in one video, so it's better, you know. I like to be more like.
Okay, so
Anyways.
today is all about the birth.
The only thing I can talk about during the pregnancy, like we just have our 37 weeks checkup, and the doctor told us, oh, the first pregnancy usually go to 40 to 41 weeks. So I was 37 at the time. So, and my water broke the next week when I was 38. So I didn't make it the 38 appointment, and then that was a surprise for me. We did not have our hospital bag all pack it up. So was just like, okay, she told me like we're probably gonna go 40 to 41 weeks, and then was like the 38 weeks.
Well, we were prepared, but we weren't prepared.
No, we weren't prepared. Like I did the clothes for the baby, that's it. So for our bags,
So
was
we were
nothing.
prepared,
No,
but we
was
weren't
nothing.
prepared.
And one bag that I really wanted, Tim forgot. So
Which one was that?
it was like, you know, I just put like all the clothes in a zip pack bag with the diaper, and then like, you know, like, and it was something that has the head and some. Anyways, doesn't matter. Everything work out.
That's
the
an
way it was.
interesting bag. I want to know what it is now.
Anyways, and also I order from online the go home outfit and arrive Saturday, in Hunter born Friday. So so it was kind of early, it was kind of unexpected.
So if we're jumping straight to the point in the beginning of the birth, where are we? Where were you? What happened at the very start of this process?
I was just sleeping, and it was 1 a.m. and then I just feel like water come out. It's just like I know it was not pee, and I just Tim my water broke. And then it was really stressful because Tim has like he has one job to do, and that Thursday. And then it was like, oh, Hunter, you can born any day, but do not born Thursday. And like was Thursday. So I was just really like has a lot of pressure because Tim has to go to work, and I don't know, like birth can take 36
You
to
told
40
me. You
hours.
told me to go to work.
Yeah, because like I don't
Imagine
have
if
no
I would have
idea.
went to work and the kid was born.
No, he didn't born.
No, but I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
what if? So yeah, I had a job that day. and I was like so grateful for it. Yeah, I'm gonna finally have this great job. And
So you have to tell what you do. Like you're gonna say you're actor.
I got an acting job.
Yeah. So
One that I was really excited about, and then the day of is when it all happened. Which I'm like, wow. I guess it wasn't meant to be, because of course I'm choosing to go for the birth instead of a job, because in that circumstance the job means nothing.
So, and then we did like a birth class on Saturday, and this was the Thursday following. So, and then she was telling us how after you start having contraction, you can go for a walk, you can relax until you get your contraction more the timing more close to each other, and the pain and everything. And then the only thing she told me, if your water broke, don't go to bath. Don't take a bath. You can go to shower, but bath is not. They don't tell you to do that because it can be case of infection. So, and then because he has work to do, and I was just like, okay. Tim went back to sleep, and I was just feeling the contraction. And one thing that I did not expect, I thought when the water broke, it's just like one time coming out, and then it's coming all the time. The water does not stop. So, and then I'm just changing pads, and it's like going to this situation, like what's going on. And then my contractions start to get it like a little bit. I have an app, and I just keep tracking the contractions. And then when it's like 3 to 4 minutes, and it was pretty intense. And then this was like around already like 6:37 a.m. And then and I say, okay, Tim, I'm gonna call the doctor. And then I call the doctor, and the doctor say, go straight to the hospital right now. And then we start packing up, getting our stuff together to go to the hospital. And then that day was raining so much. It was raining like I never see before, and where we live. So we live in California, close to the LA area. So almost like the rain, it's been a lot of rain the couple of years, but was really, really, really crazy. The rain was like, I don't know. We can even put an image on how was the rain. And when I arrived to the hospital, I have 1 centimeter. Centimeters.
You were dilated 1 centimeter.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Centimeter. Yeah, centimeters. So have nothing. So because
you're supposed to be dilated what when you go there to give birth? What, 5?
That's the like if your water does not break.
If your water breaks,
you have to go right away, because in case of infection, if your water does not break and you have contraction, you like if you go to the hospital and you want the latest centimeters, they're gonna send you home. So, and if you're 5 or 6, they're probably gonna admit you. So that's the difference about that. But when your water breaks, doesn't matter, because they want to keep you there just for safety reasons.
So imagine that she's only a dilation of 1 when she arrives at the hospital. Her water broke. We rushed to the hospital. She has to stay because her water broke, and they're afraid of an infection. But she's only dilated 1. So what does that mean? That means like, wow, we're so far away from giving birth.
And then the other thing, like when I was home, my contractions and the pain was a lot worse. When I got in the car, it was gone. Was like 7 to 10 minutes apart. So almost nothing. And then the first thing they told me, let's start Pitocin and like medication, and just like keep going. And then it's just, I didn't want to start right away. I did want to have like a more, let's see what my body does, if I can birth this kid without any medication or anything. And then I asked the doctor, like, can we wait? And she's like, how long you want to wait? And then I say, let's wait. Like the safety, they say to wait is like 24 hours.
Let's be specific about that because, yeah, we wanted more of a natural birth. And one of the hardest things about being there at the hospital is everyone being on the same page, because nurses are coming in and out from different shifts. So you're getting a new nurse every so often. And every time they come in, you have to describe exactly what you want all over again. You would think they'd like write it down or something, but the new nurse,
It's more like they have the bird plane. We even use in the app.
They have the birth plan, but it
to do
doesn't
it,
seem
but
like
it's just...
they all look at it.
Yeah.
But I could be wrong.
And that time was like 8:30 a.m. So I ordered breakfast. I also request right away when I arrive. Then I wanted the thing to check the heartbeat for the baby to be the one that I can walk. So I was not laying in bed.
A portable one, so you can move around the room freely.
So I was dancing, jumping, doing the balls, doing the exercising. The pain was intense when it comes, but I just feel like was in my back, was in my pelvic area. I did not feel like oh my god, so much pain. So that was because there was nothing doing. It was nothing open up. It was just like my body really was not doing what it should, even with trying so much to get things going.
So what were you doing to try to get things going though?
I did exercise in the ball. I did dance. I was doing like some exercising, exercising.
Pregnancy exercises?
Yeah.
But yeah, and you also were putting music on, which they talk about like stimulating, right?
Yeah, try like a lot of things just to try to see, because your mind also it's a big part of it. So I was trying to do everything in my power at that point to kind of open up, but it was not open up anything. So and then also like we have 2 nurses at the time, and then it's coming another nurse, and then it was like already 24 hours. So
I would say the one bad thing, I feel like I want to talk about a positive, but one bad thing is the nurses constantly pressure you a little bit. Like they come in, do you want to start this? Do you want to start this?
I think because of experience, they know that my body was not going to do what it should. Maybe we're going to take 3 days, 4 days. I don't know. Because imagine like if I don't have at the hospital, if I don't have anyone, like what's going to happen? So probably like input the risk of my life and the baby life. So I think they have experience, and they know that the chance that I have a natural birth without any medication was almost like close to zero, because the time that my water broke, how many contractions I was having, and how much dilated I was. So by experience, I know like we always try.
Well, we would have been there forever is basically what you're saying.
No,
that's the problem.
I don't think we'd be there forever, but like
a week. We probably would have been in the hospital a week.
No, I don't know.
Because they say some people give birth 40, 41 weeks. And that's not like a weird thing if you're doing everything naturally.
Yeah, but it's just like unfortunately my water broke. So when your water broke, you kind of like don't have a lot of options that's safe for your baby and you. So, and I do have in my family a really sad story, a really sad thing that happened with my cousin, who her water broke. She went to the hospital in Brazil, and they sent her home, and the baby died inside of her. So it was like terrifying. So like if your water breaks, just go to the hospital. They know a little bit more than us. So I think that's the thing.
One other note is just the best thing you can do is research as much as you can. Make decisions about what you want for the birth. It doesn't matter what anyone else says or the people in the hospital. They're just there to give recommendations and give you things that they think is the right thing to do. But the most important thing is do your research, figure out what you want, stick by it. But just know that you might have to change things a little bit because nothing goes as planned. All of a sudden, you're there at 1 a.m. and your water breaks and, things change.
Yeah. So I start Pitocin at 1 a.m. exactly. And
well, why did you start
24
Pitocin?
hours.
Because it was just lagging on too long. And
it was 24 hours after the water broke. And then, of course, like I say, we did have the nurse was pressuring us like, how are you feeling? What do you think about Pitocin right now? What are you feeling? What do you think about Pitocin right now? So then I say, okay, the time then I say that I'm going to wait, or the time that Google say was safety to wait. That was the 24 hours. So I start the Pitocin and then it's go 2 until like 0 to 20. So 20? 20.
Well,
sorry, my accent.
Well, here's the thing. Also, you got to mention that you went on Pitocin and you didn't get any medication because she was just going to try it and try to do it without it. But the Pitocin is kind of like a manufactured
oxytocin fake.
Oxytocin.
Yeah. So that make your body contract more. So
it manufactures the contractions,
yes.
which makes them like, it's not your body naturally doing it, so it's forcing it.
So as I mentioned before, the other contraction was like over my back, over my pelvic area. When I got the Pitocin, it was like all together. So my whole body is hurting so much. And then that makes sense because it was open up. But because it was coming strong that way that I feel like I was not going to be able to do it. So, and then, no, that was a 2 and then a 4 when they start putting more. And then I got a point that, I need a epidural.
Which is crazy because I can't get over it. I didn't watch. And she was probably over there like, wow, this guy is just like a wuss. I do have a needle thing, but like if you watch the videos about epidural, how far they go in your back, I saw a video and I was like, whoa, that is intense. And I would be freaking out.
Intense is the pain of the contraction. The epidural was nothing. The epidural was nothing.
Well, I've heard before if they stick you, if they make a mistake or like a wrong, stick it in incorrectly, which can happen once in a while. It's not pleasant. And
but that is something like you're never gonna go out the house if you think about everything could happen wrong. So
if they put it in you wrong, you're never gonna go out of the house again either.
Anyways, not a nice joke. Not a nice joke at all.
No,
okay, you're still getting out because they have wheelchairs. Come on.
Hey, I got a needle problem. Okay, you just.
So
give me a break.
The epidural was nothing, and then when they did the epidural, I started having contraction. I was like, oh my god, I'm still feeling, and they say yes, this epidural was not like a magic thing, like not then they're gonna receive the epidural and the pain's gonna go away right away. They take a little bit to kick it in. And also they have 2 types of epidurals. They have one walkable epidural, and then they have like the full one. Then you have to lay down in the bed. And then
and you had
then they give us the option all the time because we are bringing it to the nurse. I want to have a natural birth. I want to have this. I have to do that. And she's like, you can try the walk epidural. When they come, the anesthetist, sorry. The guy who did the
now you got me confused.
So anyways, and then when he comes, like also you have to be able to have a mind, and for he have to wait for he come again and all the stuff. So I was just like, go big or go home, please do the full epidural. Because first I say I'm gonna do the walkable, but I say no. When he's coming, it's like just give me the full one because the contraction at the point was so painful. And then and he also told me he just saw one person who was able to give birth with the walkable, because they usually go use the walkable and then they ask for more because of the pain that comes with. So, and then I was like, I did the Padoro, and then it's really good. They give you like a bottle. Then when you feel it, like you're still feeling something, it's just like a pressure, it's not pain anymore. I even took a nap a little bit, and then
Anesthesiologist.
Yeah. So, and I took a nap. We're still ordering food from the hospital. After you get the epidural, you can just have liquid. So I'm just having chicken broth and vegetable broth, stuff like that.
How was it? Did it taste okay in the hospital?
Yeah, it was okay.
Because, we have to talk about that. The food in the hospital, which I feel like they had good options, but
I don't mind.
there were good options. It just was really low quality. And when I ate the food there, I'm like, aren't they supposed to make people healthier?
Anyways, I like it. Just call someone and bring the food.
It's okay for one day, but once you start going on multiple days, it's like.
So, and then like it took a while. Even if the Pitocin goes up, like my contraction is still not getting anywhere. So it took like, I think I got Pitocin. I think I got the epidural at 4 a.m. and I still have just 2 centimeters.
Well, they put the Pitocin also up 2 every time, right?
Yeah.
So it's like
certain
2.
time.
We're only gonna put 2 doses or something. 2, then 4, then 6, then 8, all the way up to 20.
And I did ask to go slow because when they changed for 4, I was throwing up. When I asked for the epidural, I was throwing up of pain. I was so much in pain that I was throwing up. So that was like, can you guys do it slow? Because the reactions that I was having because of the Pitocin was wild. So that was that. So when it was 7 p.m., they changed the shift for the nurse, and come a nurse, then I felt like, oh my god, I don't want to give a birth with this nurse, but
which she did. It seemed like she did put up her Pitocin without asking. They're supposed to ask every time they raise the Pitocin, and all of a sudden we're at 20. Where did that come from?
Yeah, and then I started feeling like I'm gonna throw it up again. And
and you got you actually said stuff because you were not happy about it being raised without your knowledge. We don't know if the other nurse raised it up too, but it was raised up even more after that and ended up at 20, where we thought we were like, wait, you were on 14 or 16?
I was 16, and then I do not remember someone telling me 18, and when I look was 20, and I just looked because I started having nausea again. And I did not want the nurse to give birth to my kid, but at the same time, I was like, I don't want to be the pain in the ass asking them to change. But one thing I will say to you, if you're watching this video and you are pregnant and you feel like you want to change a nurse, or you feel anything, just follow your intuition, because that's the best thing. Like, it's like, I wish I'd speak out and then change the nurse. I don't know what the situation will be, but at the time I did not. And it was so funny because she kept telling me, when you feel like you wanna poop, let me know. So that's when the baby's coming, and we're just like, okay. And
she's like, opening the vagina, showing me that the head's slightly coming out. It's kind of
So no,
crazy.
no. One sec. Yeah, you going too fast. So the thing it is, I'm telling like she was telling me to call her when I start to feeling stuff, and I was just like, hey, I'm not gonna call her. I'm not. I don't wanna. I like in the room they have a mirror, and I just asked Tim to get the mirror, and I started feeling a lot of pressure in my pelvic. And then I say like, oh, this baby's coming. It's probably gonna be right now. And I remember I watched the clock. It was like 9 p.m. And then I was like, not call the nurse, not call the nurse. And then the nurse walked in. And she walked in and then she's telling me, oh, did you feel the pressure to poop? And then when she come in, I don't even let her say anything. I was just like, I'm not feeling the pressure to poop, but I'm feeling my pelvic. And then she's like, yeah. And then at this point, I do not remember what position I was in. At the moment she came in, and then she started putting my bed down. That's why I didn't like her, because she's doing stuff without communicate with me, and because I was with a lot of nausea and heartburn. Every time I lay down, I was like feeling like I want to throw up. And then she's like, no, but you have to do this and you have to push. And then she wanted me to push like, and then I did every mother exercise through my pregnancy. So every time she talk about how to push the baby, she just like saying to you, and it,
You're talking about when you're
like,
laying down?
yeah, no, like how to push the baby, like like when you
Breathe in your mouth, out your nose? Is that what it was?
no, she wanted me to push without breathing. Like she's like, you are breathing, you're not pushing. And I was like, yes, I am. And then if you put the hands in my stomach, I'm doing the same thing. If you put your hands in your stomach and you do like, you pushing, and if you do that and if you breathe, and then you inhale and exhale, push your stomach, is the same pressure. And that's what I was trying to tell her. I don't want to push like, and then I cannot feel like I'm gonna stop breathing. I'm pushing like, like with the breathing. And then she could not understand that. She just wanted me to do the way she wants. Even that I'm fighting with her at the moment.
And that's another time where I'm going to say it again, is you knowing what you want and them trying to make you do what they want, which happens a lot. So be prepared, like I said.
So, and then she told me to lay down and put my legs up, like every move.
Like
every
if you laid down and put your knees to your chest, like in a wide position, that's the position. And she was on one side, I was on one side. She wanted her to be on one leg, me on one leg, both pushing the legs upward.
Yeah, it was something like that. But every time I lay down, I'm not pushing. I'm just thinking about throwing up because my heartburn was so bad and I just want to stand up. And then I stand up, and then I could not feel the epidural in my legs. I was just like in my fourth in the bed.
You forgot to mention she yelled at the nurse. Because she was trying to force her to do that position. She was feeling like puking because she was so nauseous. Yeah. And then I don't want to. Don't want to be in this position.
I tried twice.
She tried saying it normally a couple times.
I tried to be
which is hard when you're breathing and like you're going through such a hard, difficult time.
I tried to be nice with the nurse, but like I mentioned before, like when she walked in the room, I felt everything that will happen. I knew she would make so much harder and difficult. That's to say, follow your intuition, just ask for another one, because I didn't, and I regret that I did not ask to change. But was our birth story, so let's continue. That she was part of it. And what is what it is, because when the doctor and the chief nurse, how you head nurse arrive, I was in my fourth, crying like a baby.
You're on what? Your fours?
Yeah.
All fours?
Yeah. crying like a baby.
Well,
I
yeah,
was crying.
but she
crying.
wanted to, like, the whole time we were thinking about giving birth, we were watching all these natural birth videos, and they always are standing up when they're giving birth, and it just seems natural. It's called gravity. And so you kind of want it to go with gravity. So like that's the problem. And after doing all my research and looking at everything, it's like, why do the women lay down? Doesn't that go against gravity? And shouldn't that not be the best position? I understand that if you do the epidural, you can't feel your legs. So, I mean, that's a good reason for laying down. But it's just like,
you are in so much pain. Then I think like,
but it's gravity. It just seems natural.
We should leave for the women to choose which position they feel comfortable
The woman should
with.
choose, but just like,
Yeah.
why is laying down always the normal position? Like in all the movies, you see the woman laying down, and there's like no natural birth.
Maybe it's easy. It's easy for the doctors and nurses, more safety, because you don't worry about them fell or the baby fell or anything that could happen, because you don't know. Because like, imagine if I pass out, I'm already laying down. So it has a reason for it.
If you pass out, who's gonna push the baby out?
It's just like, it's more safety. It's a safety position. I don't have a lot of knowledge about it, but if you think about it, if like so much safe for the woman to not get hurt if she's already laid out.
You could make that make sense, but I just think what's the more intelligent, best option? And for me, it clearly looked like standing up, and it clearly looked like standing up from seeing your differences in positions. Because the first position she did, the one nurse that wanted her to do, she hated it, felt like puking, had to switch. Then you went to your side.
No, I went on my fourth.
And then you went on your fours.
It's just because like, even when I was home during the pregnancy, I feel a lot of pelvic pain. So the most comfortable position for me was like, like this, and my fourth.
On your forearms?
No, yeah, like because
you're on your fours, all fours. You're on your knees and your forearms.
No, I have the bed helping me, so the bed was like this. So I was just like
you were leaning on the bed.
Yeah,
you were on your knees, leaning on the bed.
Yeah,
but that's not how you gave birth. She ended up standing up using the.
So what happened?
What was that?
You always go too fast when you jumping. So yeah, because remember the head nurse come in, I'm crying like crazy, and then she comes to me and say, Priscilla, we're gonna do what you want, but you have to calm down. We have to get the baby heartbeats, because the problem, like, every time that I turn, and that
the heart monitor was slipping.
The heart monitor does not catch the heartbeat of the baby, and they worry about that. So, and then she suggests me to do the bar. So I say yes, let's do the bar, and they bring the bar. So the bar was kind of similar to the position and I want, because I'm standing up, because at that time I just need to make sure my stomach is not killing me. I'm just make sure that I'm not throwing up. Then the heart button is not feeling really bad. And even that, the nurse was like to me, do like this. And I was like, no, I need to do like this, because I have to have my throat like up. And then after I got to the bar, people saying like, oh, we're seeing the head, we're seeing the head, we're seeing the head. And just feeling the contraction was like very close to each other, so not even thinking much. And then they bring the mirror for me to look, and it was like this. I swear, it was like I saw this, and I was like, what? No, it's not coming out.
It was crazy.
It was not coming out. It was not coming out. It was like this. And after I saw that,
it's not gonna just come out easy.
And the next contraction I would push. That was on my mind. Like a next contraction I would push, and that was I did. I don't know how, with God, with everything, every power and earth that can help a woman give birth. I pushed the baby. But when I pushed the baby just come the head. And some babies, sometimes when you push and the head come out, they just slip, like, like like it's so much, like it come the head and the shoulder, everything together. And was not the case of Hunter because he just come the head. And when they come the head, I saw some natural birth. Please, if you work in the medical field and if you have any other opinion or what is, like I saw some natural birth videos that the woman wait for the next contraction to push again. So
That's because the baby comes out a little bit and gets sucked a little bit back in, and you're trying to push and it gets further every time. That's what you're saying, right?
No, I'm saying like when the head come out and you wait for the next contraction and then you spit out. The baby did not come out because the baby just come out when they have the umbilical cord in the head. Hunter doesn't have anything. Like he just was, like, thank God, like perfect the way he should be doing. He doesn't have the umbilical cord in his head, on his
around his neck.
Around his neck. So he's not coming back. He's just coming out, but like it was not his whole body. So what I saw, one natural video, I saw a woman pushing the baby, and this with 2 contractions. I thought was more natural. And what happened, the doctor just grabbed the baby head, turn and pull. When she does that, I yell in the video. You can see like me yelling when she actually pulled the baby.
Well, I think the shoulder's probably caught on something.
Yeah, their shoulders just coming, like
gave her an extra little tear.
Well, no, they actually cut me all over inside of my vagina. So I ended up having some stitches inside of my vagina. So that was how it was in the video. We have a close-up video, of course we're never gonna share, but you can see that in the moment the head came, then doesn't have any blood, was nothing blood, and when turn and pull, I started bleeding also. So it was just like cutting with the shoulder, natural tear, like natural. But the only thing also I would suggest, if you're pregnant watching this video, want to know more information about it, talk that with the doctor about like, oh, let me try at least have one contraction to see if the baby comes natural without pulling the baby. I know that I don't have a lot of knowledge about it, so always make sure you're doing what's healthy for and safety for you and for your baby. I would like it to wait to push the baby. So that was what it was, and I ended up having some stitches. I forgot to ask the doctor how many stitches I got. I know it was a lot. I know I was really painful recover. Like did not have a natural birth in the like couple of days I was walking. I did not walk properly for 6 weeks straight. Like it was like really, really painful. And I believe through the pushing the baby, not waiting for the contraction, but also
getting in a position that felt good for you also.
What? That was helping with the stitches or help?
No, was helping with having the baby come out.
No, I know. I think the baby come out like because my size and the baby size, it doesn't matter the position that I was.
No, but not about the stitches, just about it coming out. Like if you would have stayed on your back, would you have had the same experience?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably because I'll push.
You would have just been puking.
Yeah, it was gonna take a little while. But if I don't have the heartburn and I'm laying down and I push the baby, probably be the same, because if the baby didn't come all at once, what's my body dead?
Okay, so here's the thing: the baby came out. We specifically, like I've said, and I'm going to say it a million times, know what you want. We saw a lot of videos of when babies come out, the nurses pat them down, and it's like crazy. It's like, what are you doing? Because think
The
about it.
stimulation. Yeah, they do
Well,
the
they stimulate them,
stimulation with the baby.
but they do it like some of these videos are like nuts. You're like, what? That's the baby's first experience into the world.
So that's another thing. Then we ask. I ask, like, so I can clean the baby. Tell me what what I need to do, and I clean the baby. And what they told me, they say if the baby cry right away, you can do that. If a baby does not cry, then we're gonna have to do something. So
They're trying to check it, but I'm like
So-
not just about the checking part. About they also try to like clean it and stuff, like a little overboard. And so she spoke to them, and they were very good about it. But also we wanted, it should be a normal thing where when the baby comes out, it goes straight to the mother's chest. I just think that's highly beneficial for the baby and the mother.
So they try to do it. When we watch the video back, we see they still doing something with the baby, but
They were still
was
trying.
fine.
It was
Was-
super limited though. Like
was fine at the time. We wait for the umbilical cord.
so that was my
Okay.
thing. So when it came out, I had done a bunch of research about it, about the placenta and how it pumps blood and nutrients to your baby. When it's done pumping, it will have let everything into the baby, and that's what we wanted. And so when we talked to the doctor said, "Oh yeah, usually we don't cut the umbilical cord for 60 seconds." But I read 3 minutes. Like that was a common thing, 3 minutes. So
If you do home birth, usually they even wait for 30 minutes.
yeah, so when I read said 3 minutes, but the doctor was saying, "Oh yeah, usually 60 seconds." I put my hand on it because I was not going to let the baby not get the nutrients and blood. That was a huge thing for me because it's just natural. Like, think about it. This thing is pumping blood and nutrients to the baby after, like, until it's all gone. You don't think that's on purpose? Of course that's on purpose. So if you don't do that, the kid's missing out on all of that. So I actually held the umbilical cord. The doctors were like, who is this guy? Probably. But I held it in my hand, and it actually pumps like tss, 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 tss. It's actually kind of crazy. It's actually amazing. And it pumped for like 5 minutes. And I was like, 60 seconds? 3 minutes? No, 5 minutes before it
Yeah.
stopped. And it turns white too. So it like lets you, it has signs that it's all finished. It stops pulsating and it turns white. And I was like thinking in my mind, I was like, thank God I didn't listen to you. But they were nice. They waited. And then I cut the umbilical cord. And I had, because I did research about it, I had heard about like how people underestimate how hard it is to cut. So I was like, I got to be on this because it is like, this is not like a little flimsy thing. This is like an amazing, like God made creation. This umbilical cord. So like I made sure that I shoved it up in the scissors so it would definitely cut all the way through and I wouldn't mess it up. It worked out. But like I've said a million times, I always say this to people, you cannot watch a birth and not believe in God. It's just so amazing, and it's crazy how the woman's body changes and what it does. And you're like, that is insane. That's not a man-made thing. That like the body's literally changing for another human being. It's almost like an alien-like thing where you're like, wow.
Yep. And and then like before Tim cuts the umbilical cord, the baby was already latching in my boobs, and then after he cuts, then we deliver the placenta. I heard a story about people say the placenta hurts as much as the baby. I did not feel pain when the placenta was out. Also, I have the epidural. So the only moment that I feel really have pain was when they pull the baby. But my epidural, I didn't feel as much because I was moving my legs like crazy during the birth. I don't know if that comment or not, but
You had a
anyway,
walking
yeah,
epidural or a regular one?
I had to get a regular one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'll go big or go home.
I was
That's
just
what I
making sure
told.
because I thought that's what
I
you
told
had.
the guy, go big or go home. I cannot go home, so it's better go big. So
It's
and
a
then
big needle, so
and
you
then
went big.
and then like when the placenta come out, I did not feel any pain. I feel a relief. I feel a relief when the placenta come
And the
out.
placenta is crazy. It's a lot bigger than you think, and you just look at it and you're like, wow, that stores a lot of stuff in it. And like I said, what it pumps to the baby, you're like, wow, it's not what I expected.
Yeah. So and that was what I need to do. The doctor did the stitches. It took like around 30 to 40 minutes. So I felt that way. I could be less, but I felt
It
it
was
was a
good.
long time she's stitching me.
Yeah.
And then after that, everyone leave the room, let you with the baby, the gold area, how they say gold hour. And
Golden
then,
hour?
yeah. So and then they come back and measure the
Explain
baby.
what golden hour is, because like people don't.
Yeah, they know if they're watching this video, if they're interested about birth.
This might be their first video that they're
No,
researching
no.
about.
No, if you know, you know. It's like when you spend 1 hour with your baby before after he born. So,
Where you specifically, it's like a bonding time.
Yeah.
Where you also breastfeed. You want to breastfeed in golden
Yeah,
hour for
if
the first
you
time.
and the baby are safe, well, the hospital is gonna allow you to do that.
Basically, if it does, the baby doesn't need to go to an emergency room.
So,
Which is
or the
called,
mother, yeah,
yeah.
or the baby or the mother.
What's that called? Like Nico or
NICU. So
Yeah.
yeah, so that was that, and then they come and measure the baby. Another thing that I didn't know, they keep pressing your stomach. They keep pressuring your stomach to get the blood out. Another thing that I did not want, but with the nurse that I did not have any option. That's have Pitocin after the birth. So they still give you a less dose of Pitocin. So your uterus still contraction, and then does, like they say, to avoid hemorrhagia.
Hemorrhage?
Hemorrhage.
No.
Yeah, when you bleed to death. Yeah.
I thought it was also to get the placenta out. No?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, it was just after the birth, after the placenta, after everything. They still give you Pitocin. So
you are Pitocin filled.
So and
like
then
a balloon.
I'd say like with the nurse, then I didn't have options because she was not communicated. She was just doing what she wants. So they gave me the Pitocin and they keep pushing my belly. And then the hospital, then we actually deliver. They have like the labor deliver and the postpartum deliver. And the doctor come to us, and the doctor was super nice. I really like the doctor. So she come to us. Oh, so funny because she comes to me and say, "Let me see the baby. I didn't see Hunter face." And I was like, "You were here in this room," because it was after she's teaching me, and she has a different color of clothes, and like when she has all the mask and the glasses and everything, I cannot recognize her. And she's like, and Tim was like, "Yeah, she was she was right here. She was a doctor." And anyways. So she was super nice, and she told me like, "Oh, you guys probably gonna move, but if you stay here, it's better because this room is bigger." But I wanna move so bad. I just wanna not see that nurse anymore. And it was like, what? He born at 10 p.m. and this was like midnight or earlier than that. I just do not want to stay 7 more hours with that nurse. So I was so happy. Then I'm gonna move. So we moved. So the terrible nurse, of course, gonna move us because like she's not gonna give us a break because like it's really I thought was really painful for the woman. Like, for me, I just got a birth, just got stitches, and get in the wheelchair to move to another room. Oh, so the baby's waking up right now. So, but I think we can finalize going to the other room. That was our birth story.
Well,
And then
during the golden hour, we both got to spend quality time with Hunter, and we were left alone, which was, for the most part,
yeah.
which was
But after
great.
that, she come and wanna move us, so that was the
Yeah,
case. Anyways,
that's called nurse trauma.
We're gonna have to stop.
PTSD.
So,
Nurse PTSD. So if you don't know what you want and you don't take care of your needs, you're going to have nurse PTSD.
So, but anyways, that was a full story. I think I mentioned everything that I want to. Anyways, was that. So thank you very much for watching. Comment below if you have any experience or if you know anything more. Also, I want to know how was your experience giving birth, and if you have any questions. And I'm going. Bye.
Yeah. So if you have any other questions, please let us know. I mean, we went over most of it. I'm sure you might have some questions about some of the things. The big decisions, as in the vaccines. The vaccines, which is a controversial issue. I don't know why, because it should be the parent's decision. And then also circumcision. Yes, circumcision. Which you come to find out when you look at the percentage of the U.S., it's actually not as high as you thought it was. But that's another thing, and it's like you have to make those decisions trying to do the best for your kid. And so I highly recommend researching those. I don't like telling anyone what to do. I research, I critically think, and I make the best decisions for me and my family. And that's how I do it. And I encourage you to do the same. But anyways, so if you have any questions, let us know. Comment about your own experience. We'd love to hear stories. We would love to answer any questions. If there were enough questions, we'd do another video for you if needed. No problem. I'm going to go ahead and get back to it. Being a dad. Best thing in the world. Thanks for listening. Until next time.